Hello friends, and welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today to do a little bit of play in my creativity sampler book. I want to document the White Witch journal that was my design team project for Release the Craft in for October. So I am going to get started. I'm using this page today, and I want to back the top of this here with the same handmade paper that I used on the back cover of the book, because it's just such beautiful paper. I got this paper from a woman who lives in a city nearby me for Facebook Marketplace. I got two different shades of this particular handmade paper that she had commissioned an artist to make. Who's a paper artist, and she was going to use it as wallpaper in her home. And I mean, it's beautiful. But then she decided she was moving and didn't ever get the project done. So alas, now it is mine. Just going to use glue stick to glue this down. This paper glues down really well. With a lot of thicker papers, you do need a stronger glue like an art glitter glue, but I always find that this paper just really takes glue well, and it have no problem with it sticking down. Okay, and we've covered all the text. I need to shove over a little here. There we go. Scooch on over, because I don't want to run on to this next orange page here. Okay, so now we have the back covered and we can go ahead. So if you are new to the Creativity Sampler project, you can just search Creativity Sampler here on my channel. I don't have a specific playlist for it, but if you just search it, you'll find it. It's basically me trying to document all of my projects, not all of them, most of them, that I've done in a way that is pleasing to me, so that I remember what I've done, and I have this fun journal to kind of look back on all of these projects that I've done. And primarily what I'm putting in it is just snippets of leftovers in stamped format from journals that I've made, and I write a little something about what I did. I also include my I've included one of my journal together kits for my Patreon exclusive. This is that ephemera. Yeah, but this was my favorite book as a child. It's the Sally Go Round the Sun by Edith Folk. And anyways, for those of you who already know about this, you're like, we know, get on with it, Cindy. So I will do that. So what I want to do is I want to start cutting out what I'm going to put on here. So one of the things I used was this children's book with one of my White Witch depictions, and there's this image of her hand there, and I like that, with the full round moon on the end. Okay, that's kind of cool. I would like to take a little snippet of this maybe, but we'll see. I'll set that aside because it's kind of a little more abstract. I do like this flower here, so I will snag that. I definitely like this because this is the dress material that she has on, and I know that's in the journal. From the top of the moon, I kind of want to keep this as just a word snippet actually from this scrap. I'm not going to use it in this journal, but I just want to keep it as a fun word snippet in my word snippet box, so I will set that aside. I don't need it for the purposes of this, however. Taking moon dust with them and landed on the earth. What do I want to do with this? We'll set that aside for now. I may not be so desperate for scraps. I might have a bit I can use. That's nice, that little, it's very subtle, but it is a pattern that's in the White Witch journal a lot. Then I want to put her in there because this is from this crazy magazine called Man Myth Magic. It was this really taboo 70s occult type book, and I did use quite a few bits and bobs from that book. I just want to cut this out. It says Alchemy, Not Dead Yet. Yeah, this is like the weirdest magazine. Then we have this little bit here. This is cute. I will put that in there. And the White Witch book. Well, let's see what else I have. I don't think I have any actual scraps from the kit because I use them all. So mostly what I'm putting in here are things that were from other things that I added. I've got Miss Esme Behringer's name. She is who was on the cover of the book. I'm just going to keep this whole little bit because it talks about who she was. Is that one piece of paper or two? Two. Haha. Okay. That's a nice little bit to stamp out here. I really enjoy making these stamps. Like, this is a great way to use up scraps. If you have like a bunch of scrapbook pages and you're not too fussed about, like, you know, what you're using them for, just literally cut out a bunch of stamps because you will be able to use the stamps for all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, so yeah, I really think most of what I kept was from that one book. What's this? Just some, that's from an Italian fungi book. I'm gonna keep these, this like tree root. Don't need that. Need to take out my recycle bin. It's super full. I don't think I need that for much either. I just want to use up all these bits and bobs that I have because otherwise they will just be here taking up space. Okay, so here are some Tim Holtz scraps of papers that I used in the book. So I'll use that as well, but let's maybe start gluing this down. So I feel like a little bit like bad because I don't have any scraps from the kit left, but I guess that goes to show you that I just really loved that kit and it all went into the journal. I had nothing I would leave behind from it. And I could print it again, but the whole point of this is to just use up your scraps of things that are left over when you create a journal. So it gives a little bit of a reminder of what I made, but not, you know, so much. Oh, I do have some scrapbook paper scraps too. Maybe I'll grab one of those because this was in the journal for sure. This is like dark woods kind of. I'll just cut that off. I'll keep that scrap. And then I'll start gluing the stamps on. So I have an extra day off of work. I'm filming this much earlier than what you're going to see. You're not going to see this probably until like the first week of October after I have shared the journal. Right now it is September 29th and I have tomorrow off for Truth and Reconciliation Day here in Canada, so I'm going to be doing some food related things at a friendship center, and just kind of doing some teaching about truth and reconciliation with my daughter. You know, wearing an orange shirt and hanging up our flag, our Every Child Matters flag, and just trying to spread some education. I got some books, some Indigenous books to put in my little free library. I have been extremely active at my job with our DEI group, trying to raise awareness, and I'm going to be sending something off to my team tomorrow about truth and reconciliation so that they have an idea about the unfortunate treatment of Indigenous people by Canadian government and primarily Christian-based churches, unfortunately, residential schools, all that kind of stuff. So not easy or fun topics, obviously, but extremely important ones, because, you know, lest we forget these things, that we were taught alternative history, at least my generation and everyone before it, and probably still many to this day are being taught history that's not real, about all of that. Colonization is not a fun topic, but it's a very important one. So yeah, it's due time that these things be discussed and understood. Oh, this is so fun. I really love this book. If you have not given yourself a way to kind of document your projects, I really recommend you do. You're going to find a lot of joy in doing so. Even like to just get to play with something that's a little simple. You know, you don't have to put a lot of thought into this. This is like the equivalent, I think, of how a lot of people get joy from doing glue books. I totally get it. This is like taking me back to when I was a kid. And my grandmother used to keep all of the greeting cards that her children, her 10 children, would give her, and all of her grandchildren. And she would keep them all in a box, and she would let me glue them into like big scrapbooks. It was like big children's scrapbooks. And I also had like one of those sticker books, like the gigantic sticker books. I used to love stickers. And, you know, I feel like I grew up in an age when like sticker books were like a big deal. You used to get like Scratch and Sniff and, you know, the puffy stickers. And stickers were like a big deal when I was a kid. I remember being really into them. In fact, when my daughter turned about 2, I had like a, you know how you kind of live vicariously through your kids? Well, I definitely do that. And I got my daughter a big like sticker book, scrapbook kind of book. And my girlfriend, Velma, sent me so many amazing stickers for her. And we had a great time. We still do add stickers to her sticker book. She's on to like her 2nd gigantic sticker book now. And it's a lot of fun. Okay, so I think that's enough. That is decent memory of the book and how it felt to make that book. I will remember it. I will remember Miss Esme Behringer. And I'm going to do a little tiny bit of journaling here to just talk about what this page is. And that's it for me for now. I will be back with another creativity sampler very soon for another project that I am yet to announce. I don't know if it will be announced yet by the time I get this done. I don't know. Things will happen. October is going to be so busy, just so you know. October Daily is happening. You'll be seeing info on my channel about that. I have a lot of plans. There's a lot of things happening. So thanks for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful day. And that's it for now. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.